WHAS-TV Louisville. Action 11 News with John McGrath, Gary Rizzo's weather, and Gary Montgomery with sports.
Good evening, I'm John McGrath. At least 5 people have been injured and some property has been damaged in a freak gust of wind that hit a New Albany neighborhood this afternoon. Gary Rizzo is standing by live at the scene with the story. Gary?
Well, John, on a nice day with sunny skies and light enough winds for the balloons to go up on time, a dust devil, if you will, passed through here about a couple of hours ago. With me now, who is here on the scene managing Harmon's greenhouse, is Lucy Fishback. And Lucy, approximately what time did this happen?
It was about 10 after 4.
And where did it come from, generally?
Well, it started from furniture liquidators and started whirling. It was a little whirl at first, and then it got bigger and bigger. Then it just picked up the greenhouse, and it went up in the air. Some of the stuff is still on the wires.
And there are some injuries, of course. There are 2 structures, and this one structure is completely level. Is that right?
Right, and the other structure is ready to go. And then we had 2 cars that were damaged and 4 people taken to the hospital for lacerations.
Mostly lacerations from what kicked up the plants in the sand?
From the part of the greenhouse and a greenhouse door, something like that.
Okay, thanks a lot, Lucy. Well, from what I can ascertain myself, John, is we're looking at no more than maybe a 25-foot wide path here. Now, there you see the one greenhouse there off on the right. There was another structure on the left. It's completely gone. In fact, the canopy is wrapped around the telephone pole behind me. The dust devil moved across the street, headed into the woods, went about a quarter mile, and then dissipated. What else I can ascertain is it looks to me like the wind force had to have been around 50 to 60 miles an hour, because yesterday there were 30-mile-an-hour winds here and there was no damage. I'll be back in a few minutes with the weather forecast from this location. This is Gary Rizzo with the Live Action Cam.
Thank you, Gary. The great balloon race turned into a serious competition today as several balloon pilots came within inches of hitting the target to win the event. Judges say they've never seen so many good tosses from difficult positions. Action 11's Doug Proffitt covered the race.
It's barely dawn, and already the fine-tuning has begun.
I'm just hooking up these Kevlar. It's the first time I've had Kevlar damage.
What are we going to do with that bottom part?
What do you mean?
Are we going to try to even them up? Because we've got, right now it's coming halfway into black.
I know, this one will too, probably.
At
the far edge of the black?
No, right here.
Because look what we've got right now.
15 years, and the great balloon race has endured it all. This year, weather so perfect, just the sky was worth taking pictures of. The crowds, well over 50,000, turned out in record numbers, and they cheered for the hair balloon, 7 Up, as it jumped into the sky. Then one by one, the hounds came alive. The air so still, they shot upward, straight and fast. This is a derby event that pleases all the senses. You can touch and feel these balloons, something the crowd enjoys and expects. The liftoffs, nothing formal, just stand back and watch. In the air, Yellow Cab balloon pilot Bob Brown and his wife relaxed as they zoomed southwest with the rest of the pack. The nice day turned out to be deceptive. A high-altitude wind forced a fast pace.
Steering is real good this year, and whoever wins it's going to be real close to the X.
Just 30 minutes after takeoff, and it's time to get serious. The hair balloon has spotted a site off New Cut Road near the outer loop.
Put the X right over there.
The goal now for the hounds, to drop a small bag of bluegrass seed as close to the center of the X as possible. The Rhodes balloon. 2 feet away. Golden Flake was next.
1 foot. 1 foot.
1 foot? Then came the daredevil, Pontiac pilot Phil Glebe, floating just feet above the ground.
6 inches.
6 inches! His was the winning pitch. The pilot from Michigan had stolen the balloon race. But the judges said they'd never seen this many good tosses ever in one race. For Glebe, the strategy was tricky.
The winds were shifting a little bit, but I had enough balloons out ahead of me at different altitudes that they were giving me a pretty good signal as to what the winds were doing at different altitudes. And I sort of keyed off of some of the balloons in front of me and set it up, and it worked.
The official results, Golden Flake's 1 foot toss brought second place. Next, Breyer's Ice Cream bumped off the Rhodes balloon for third. In less than an hour, it was all over. But at least one part of the county enjoyed the odd shapes and brilliant colors for a while longer as the balloons danced around neighborhoods and busy streets. Doug Proffitt, Action 11 News.
Good evening from New Albany, where a dust devil went through here a few hours ago. It threw a couple potted plants as much as 100 yards across the street. The car to my left sustaining several dents on its right side, including a rear flat tire caused by a metal pole. Well, things have calmed down over here and the cleanup is underway. We'll take a look at the preview forecast for Kentuckiana. And for tonight, things are going to calm down. Clear skies and a low of 42 degrees. For tomorrow, it will be sunny, and we're going to have a high of 75, another nice day. Clear skies tomorrow night with a low of 44. Current conditions this hour have a 70-degree temperature, humidity 31%, the wind east at 8 miles an hour, barometer 30.05 and falling. The high temperature today, 72, low temperature this morning, 46, and we've had no precipitation in the past 24 hours. What we're looking at now is the regional satellite map. We have clear skies over the Ohio Valley. It's cloudy, though, in southeast Ohio and in West Virginia, and it's cloudy from the Tennessee Valley down to the Gulf Coast. Well, those clouds will stay away from us. And let's put regional temperatures on the map, where we find it's 68 degrees this hour at Indianapolis and Cincinnati. Make that 71 at Indianapolis. Lexington has a 68. And 73-degree temperatures are found at Evansville and Paducah. Now we'll switch over to the national weather map. Northeast part of the country, cloudy, rainy, cool. 49 degrees in Portland, Maine. Only 51 in Buffalo. Southeast part of the country, cloudy and wet. Jacksonville, Florida, only 59 degrees. Raining in northern Florida to as far south as Tampa, and all that wet weather is moving to the southeast. Now let's put the high-pressure systems on in the Midwest, from Illinois on up into Canada. That system is controlling our weather, giving us just delightful weather. In fact, west of here, it's warmer, 84 degrees at Rapid City, South Dakota, 79 degrees in Denver. Fair skies, except for maybe a few high clouds in the plain states. Now in the western part of the country, we have a large storm system there. That's going to keep the western part cold and damp, but the Midwest will be nice. And so here's the forecast for tonight. And I'm calling for clear skies, cool conditions, overnight lows around 42. For tomorrow, expect sunny and, again, a very dry day. The high temperature 75. For tomorrow night, clear and cool, low temperature 44. Now, the extended outlook, no change. It'll be sunny and warm for the period. Highs will range from the upper 70s into the low 80s, but nighttime conditions will be very nice with lows in the 40s to lower 50s. The next chance of rain, and it's a slight one at that, is on Thursday. This is Gary Rizzo with the Live Action Cam in New Albany.